So I want to start off talking about you and your projects, your current projects, and your previous projects. I want you to talk about that starting out first.
Okay, just the general rundown.
Yeah, like where you are now with your music and what previous projects you have.
Okay, most recently I released an album July 2020, July 3rd, 2020, called YK2, or Young Kings 2. It's basically a follow-up to my 2018 EP, Sorry Awkward. I produced most of my stuff, so on YK2, I got to collab with my homie X Diggity D for the first time in a while, but on like a large scale like way too. He helped master Sorry Awkward, and he like produced one of the tracks on there too, and like I've done like stuff for like songs on his project as well. But we had never like come together for like such a big project before, and so that was like pretty cool. I guess from there, like Sorry Awkward was like a collection of like random songs pretty much that I just like made just based off of feelings that I felt going through graduating 2017 and living in my parents' basement, working 3 jobs, like not having fun time at all. I pretty much wrote a collection of like 8 songs based on those feelings. One of which is like about being at a party and being like so dissociated and like fucking like depressed and shit that like I really like I was like a part of like the entire like party. Like it basically like had me. It felt like I was literally just like astro projected out of like the whole thing in general. But going back to YK2 though, I pretty much improved upon that design, rather than that concept that I had with Sorry Awkward being a collection of songs throughout a span of time of how I felt or whatever. But I did it more in a more cohesive fashion, I believe.
Okay. So with that being said, I think one of the things I wanted to ask you, was do you find a difference between your past music in 2018 to your current project now, and if so, what would those be, the differences?
One, singing is way tighter. Singing is tighter completely. There's almost no real comparison to the singing quality before that in 2018 to now in 2020. In 2020, I'm hitting like all my notes. I got way better breath control. I'm stacking my vocals better. My vocal production's gotten a lot better. So that's one big thing. Another thing is like just everything's tighter in general. Like how I produce got tighter. How I approach songwriting got tighter. How I incorporated the fans' listening experience and enjoyment experience to a live perspective when I like created the project. Even down to just basic music stuff like theory, just music theory in general. Like I learned more about music theory. I learned more about stacking chords better. I learned more about just in general songwriting overall when it comes to music theory. Like I did all of my lead overs a lot better. I had like layers of lead overs. I had counter melodies going on. I had polyrhythms happening. I had different like tempo changes. I even had like a song that's 3. I have one song that's 3/4 instead of 4/4 the entire way down and the entire way around. And it was the first song I like straight up wrote myself in 3/4, so that was really fun too. So like just in general, like the whole creative process got a lot more advanced.
Okay, so with that being said, because of that process, do you think that you learned not just little things about yourself as an artist or some improvements as an artist, but as a person? Do you find that those issues may have come up for you? And if so, could you give me 3 things that would describe you as a person and 3 things that would describe your music or you as an artist?
So how I make music is really weird. It's kind of like people call me prophetic because I like do a really good job at planning out how I want to do something. I get an idea for what I want to do. I plan it out. I make sure how many tracks I want originally and like their names before I even have like notes down on like a page or anything like that. So learning more about myself as a person kind of just is one of the main like inspirations behind even making the music I make. Like if I can't learn from myself or learn who I am as a person, then it's harder for me to make music. But I guess like, man, 3 things about myself. Okay, so I guess like me as a person, I'm loyal to my friends and everything, even the people I shouldn't be loyal to. Depressed. Cause I'm a sad boy in real life. And I guess creative. Like I always see myself as being creative ever since I was a kid. And as an artist, I'm just gonna say creative just to double up on that, because how can you call yourself an artist if you're not creative? I think it's kind of impossible to really be an artist without creating something different in your own style, or creating something the same in your own style. You know what I'm saying? You're still being creative. But I guess like emotional in my music, even though it's emotional. I do a lot. Like most of my songs are pretty much emotional, or like about some type of emotional, like I guess like part of my life that I've learned something from. Hype as fuck.
So with those 3 things as an artist, when people listen to your music, what would you want them to take away from your music?
Be you. Don't be afraid to be yourself. Know that no matter what you're going through, I guarantee you there's someone else in like your corner that's somewhere in the world that's also going through it the same way as you. You're never alone in this thing. And I try to like convey that through my lyrics, and showing people that like you can be vulnerable, you can be, you know, yourself, you can be authentic, you don't have to fake a facade, you don't have to, you know, act like you have to conform to a specific way just to be noticed or to be loved or whatever. Like be you, like, and like the people that'll love you for who you are, who you genuinely are, will love you back, and like you'll be able to like make it through tough times. I promise you, like accepting love for yourself is like the first step.
Can I ask you, who do you consider your inspirations as an artist? And when you think of this person, are any of their influences in your music in 2018 and also 2020?
Okay. Charles Gambino's always up there. I'm just gonna throw that one out there. 2018, 2020, 2017, 2016, 2015, 2014, 2013, yeah, all the way down. You know what I'm saying? From my very first like EP in like 2013 on Bandcamp, like Childish Gambino, all the way through and through, 100% of the way down. Without him, I honestly, without his music, without his like creative, like without Donald Glover's creative like process, and like how he like just does like stuff, and how he's just creative and he just does things that he loves, like without that mindset, I like wouldn't be alive right now. I swear to God, I put that on my life. Like that dude's like honestly got me through some tough times. All of his like work, but in general, him, and then Tyler Creator, Mac Miller, boom. There's that for 2020. That's real easy. I've been saying that all year. I've been saying that since 2019 when I was like working on the project originally. And then in 2018, already established one of them, and then Saba. Yeah, my boy Saba. He's awesome. His album Care For Me I was listening to a lot, and like a lot of his like stuff since my homie Tyrell Fanaticus got me into him. I guess Hell the Sun, honestly. Shit, I can't think of like a lot of like artists that are in my that are in the same that are my peers, you know, in the same genre as I. that I was inspired by in the 2018s. I listened to a lot of post-hardcore, so I'd say, yeah, Hilla Sun, Saba, Childish Gambino, 2018.
Okay, out of the artists that you named that inspired you, if given the opportunity, which one of them would you open up for?
Childish Gambino. Or, I mean, yeah. I mean, no, actually take that back. I'd open up for Saba. I'd love to open up for Saba. I had a homie who opened up for Saba, and that was one of the best shows I've ever been to in my life. And, like, honestly, like, I don't know, it's something better about, like, that kind of an intimate show with, like, that level of, like, because, like, Saba is still an independent artist. He's, like, he still played, like, you know, stadiums and stuff like that. But, like, he hasn't done, like, no shit like Madison Square Garden or, like, you know, crazy shit. But he's done, like, a lot of like, dope fucking, like, you know, large venues. And, like, man, it's something crazy about, like, the more smaller the venue you're at, like, about, like, I don't know, the more passionate the, like, show feels. So yeah, actually, I'd open up for Saba for sure.
Okay. So, and how did you get into music after you named Saba and the different artists that influenced you? How would you say your journey with music began?
So basically, to take it all the way back, when I was around 8, my dad had me, my middle brother Chris, and our 2 friends Will and Case in a little children's group for our church. We wanted to call, and then by the way, my youngest brother Dane joined us like near the tail end of our run as the Blair Hope Boys, which is what they wanted to call us. But we preferred to be called New Generation. Never happened. Don't try to get a bunch of old school black people in the church to try to call you like a musical name. They don't like that secular stuff. But in general, started there, I guess. And then I started writing poetry by middle school, which is now dubbed a mental illness, which I didn't know at the time. I was very sad and very emotional, and like was writing some stuffs. And then pretty much one of my friends just said, "Why not put it to a beat, bro?" And then so I just wrote my first song to Lupe Fiasco's Superstar called Child of God. I wrote it for church.
When do you expect your next project to be coming up after Y2K?
Fuck if I know. I have no idea when my next project's gonna be coming out, to be honest. I mean, I'm always working on music, but like, I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea whatsoever. Yeah, I got plans to do stuff, but right now I'm kind of focused on like promoting the album a lot more still.
Well, my next question would be, who would you want to collaborate with and on your future projects?
Either like the people I know or like people like
you know, or the people that you admire or inspire you.
What comes first in my mind is the people I can afford, which is the people I know. So I don't even freaking know. I don't even know what I want to do for the next project. I think I want to do something fun for the next project. I think that's what I want to do, something fun. I've been like really sad these last couple of projects. I want to do something fucking fun. So I don't know. I'd probably like have like the usual people on there. I'll probably get like a Fanaticus track on there, a Jamil on the show track on there. I might fuck around and try and collab with some other people. Like I might get Justice the Genius Child on my next project. I might ask Cali Dreamer, which is a local dude out here in Columbus, to get on a project. Like on a project. There's this other dude named Lil Reggie that I know. He might be dope for the project. He'd be cool. He like makes fun music, so. Yeah, things. I don't know. I'm working on. I got stuff brewing in my head. I got ideas. I might start a side project. I might do something else, like under a different moniker that's not BdotJeff. I might be doing some other stuff. I got like things in the work. I get things working. I got things churning.